Hello and welcome to Learn Yourself. Today we are going to solve some of the questions from chapter number 4, Atomic Structure. This topic is from ICSE Standard 8 syllabus. So when we are solving a question, let us first take an overview that how many kinds of question and what all major topics from we will get, what all are the major topics from which we are likely to get questions. Scientist contribution. In your syllabus, there are so many scientists which have given their contribution in the field of atomic structure. Started from Dalton's atomic theory to Mendeleev. There are so many scientists, so we have to remember its contribution. Each scientist has suggested something, they have discovered something, so we have to remember that. Then their contribution and a diagram, if they have given in the syllabus, then a diagram via which they have suggested their findings. And very important is contribution. Majorly and generally they are asking what are their findings. Contribution in terms of 2 marks and findings in match the following and in the fill in the blanks for 1 mark or 1.5 mark. And if they are asking diagram and suppose they are asking that write in brief that what this Mendeleev has contributed in a modern chemistry, then it will be 2 mark. Diagram 1 mark and your explanation will be of 2 mark. So this kind of questions are likely to come in exam. Generally and majorly they are asking findings and their contribution in 1 mark and half mark, in multiple choice question, in match the following and in the fill in the blanks. The next, electronic configuration, very important topic. Electronic configuration, they can ask you to draw a diagram like this. We have learned this in previous videos that we can draw the atomic diagram of any atom like this with its orbital structure. Secondly, they can ask you to write electronic configuration of any atom and they will not give you atomic number. So you have to remember all the atomic number till 1 to 20. It is very important. Then they can ask you a valency, that if the sodium has atomic number 11, then will it donate or will it accept? Then you have to write it will donate. Or else they will ask that which kind of valency it will generate or what will be the valency of sodium. Or suppose they will not at all give the name of the element and they will ask you that some X element has this atomic number, will it be metal or non-metal? There are n number of questions for this topic. We will see one by one each and every question that how they are going to ask this. But these questions are for 1 mark and 1.5 mark, not more than that. If they are asking a diagram, that also will come in 1 mark. Then this only 2 models, as per my knowledge, only 2 models are there. These 2 are electrovalent bond, NaCl and MgCl2. These 2 are electrovalent bond and you have to explain with their orbital diagram that how they are transferring electron and how they are making a bond. So these questions are likely to come for 2.5 mark or 2 mark. They will just ask you a brief explanation or diagrammatically representation of electrovalent bond. So this can come in also fill in the blank that NaCl is an electrovalent bond. So let us see one by one what are the possibilities of a question. We are going to solve some of the question and it is as per my record and as per my knowledge. So if you have doubt in any such question or you have some extra question with you and you have doubt in it, please post it in a comment. We will definitely discuss that and we will get some new questions, so it will be helpful for our student to understand the concept. So let us start with the first thing, that scientist contribution. For scientist contribution, this is kind of a multi-purpose table. Here I have noted down all the scientists except Mendeleev. Then I have written here their respective discoveries. Then this discoveries has lead to some other discoveries. This is also important thing, that one scientist, for example William Crookes, has found out about cathode rays. This discoveries had lead the ways towards the finding of electrons. So this is also an important thing. It can be asked in 1 mark question in fill in the blank, that William Crookes' discovery of this has lead to the discovery of this. So you have to remember the both. And again, this is not in a descriptive manner, this is in a short form. So I suggest you to read once the description of each and every scientist, how they have found out all these things and what is a diagram for each and every discovery. So first is William Crookes. He discovered about the cathode rays and that discovery has led to the electron discovery. Then J.J. Thomson discovered electrons and then it led to a discovery of proton particle or positive particles or anode particles. Then Goldstein discovered anode rays. Sometimes here in match the following they will ask you that proton. So if you don't get anode rays, then it is likely that you will get proton for this choice, that Goldstein has discovered proton particles. Then this discovery has led to positive particle. If you will see the description of the Goldstein's experiment and his discoveries, then he found out anode rays and it will lead to a discovery of positive particle, and afterwards many years later we gave this credit to Goldstein that he found out proton, because he was the first person who found out a proton. Then Rutherford. Rutherford discovered atomic nucleus, that within an atom one solid mass is there and that is atomic nucleus, that is nucleus. So he was not so sure about the nucleus. His findings were the first one who gave us a concept of atomic nucleus, and after that his findings lead to a discovery of atomic nucleus. This is quite confusing, but this won't come in a fill in the blank type. His discovery is this and it will lead to this. So only this thing you have to remember, that Rutherford's contribution is in the field of atomic nucleus. Then James Chadwick. He discovered about the neutron particle. Then the neutron particle discovery lead to a nucleus. Then Bohr's atomic model gave us an idea about rotation of electron around the nucleus, and this discovery has led to a neutron particles. So this table will help you in the kind of questions like match the following and fill in the blanks. You have to remember that which scientist has discovered what. This is the most important thing. If you can remember this, it is well and good. This is the most important thing, that the scientist and their discoveries. In electronic configuration, in our syllabus, there are 20 elements from first to 20, atomic number 1 to atomic number 20. So for each and every element you have to remember the atomic count and that name of the element. Then You can check my video based on how to write electronic configuration. No need to mug up the electronic configuration for each and every element. Once that concept you will understand, it will be very easy to write electronic configuration for each and every element. Once you will understand that, any kind of question, it will be very easy for you to answer. I have given the link of that video in my description. You can check that. So here, first kind of question we are likely to get is this questions, that suppose for one element Na, that is sodium, its atomic number is 11 and its electronic configuration is 281. Now for this element we are going to solve all this question. We are going to solve all this kind of fill in the blanks. So you will get an idea that which kind of question, how many types of question and how many types of fill in the blanks can come from only electronic configuration question. So element X, they will not give you the name. Element X has one electron in its outer valence shell, its valency is. Here we have to remember that K, L, M and N. Suppose if this is a 1 and it is a last electron of a sodium, then this will be a valence electron. Whatever electrons are the last, they will become a valence electron. So here, if they are saying that only one electron is there in outer valence shell, then this is sodium. We have to guess when they are saying that how many electrons are there in valence shell. If we have remember 1 to 20 all the elements, then it should click in our mind that if this is a valence electron, then this element is likely to be this. So one electron is only for the sodium, so the element is sodium. Now we know that they are talking about sodium, and even if you will not get a lead that which element is this, or you will not get to know the name of the element, then also if they have the one electron in outermost shell, then its valency is 1. How many electrons are, but this won't true for each and everything. If they are asking that they have 6 electron in their valence shell, then it will be different. We will talk about this later. Here only we will understand that if one electron is in outermost shell, then it is sodium. So that's why it is very important to remember all those elements. So it should click in your mind that which element they are talking about. So its valency is 1. Next type, its valence electrons are, for example, this sentence, this statement will remain common, or they will ask that sodium, or they will ask that sodium's atomic number. They will give everything, all the details. Atomic number is 11. Then its valence electrons are. Then you have to write the electronic configuration and figure out that how many valence electrons are there. Then 1. Sometimes they will ask sodium's valence electron are. They will not give you the atomic number. And vice versa. That atom has atomic number 11 and valence electrons are. It is a atom X, atomic number is 11. Then it is a metal or non-metal. In my video I have discussed that how to guess that this element is belong to metal or this element is belong to non-metal. If they are donating electron, then they are metal. If they are accepting electron, then they are non-metal. So here if it is 11, then it is metal because it will donate electron. Then next type of question, what it will do if atom's atomic number is 11 or sodium's atomic number is 11, then it will donate electron. So it will donate electron. it will achieve electronic configuration of nearest noble gas after donating electron. After donating this, it will achieve the electronic configuration 2 and 8, that is 10, that is nearest noble gas neon's electronic configuration. So this kind of question are likely to come for each and every element. You cannot mug up all the electronic configuration, or you cannot mug up that what is a metal, what is a non-metal. So the best way is to understand how to write electronic configuration. Once that concept will be there in your mind, it will be very easy to answer any of this kind of question or any of this kind of tricky question. Now let us solve this kind of question, and let us have some more practice based on this. In question based on electronic configuration, these are some of the questions I have jotted down. All these are indirect questions except this. This is a direct question, and very less likely you will get this kind of questions. So let us start from first. That element has atomic number 5. Again, they have not given the name of the element, they have given only the atomic number. It is likely that element is, what is the character of this element? So if it has atomic number 5, then what can be its electronic configuration? So it will be 2, then how much is left? 3. So 2, 3. So this is in between. I have explained you in my videos that those elements which are in between, we cannot decide whether they will donate or whether they will accept. Those kind of elements are metalloids. So boron is metalloid. So the answer is metalloid. So in second, fill in the blank. Oxygen will dash electrons and achieve electronic configuration of noble gas. So here we have to write a name of a noble gas, and how any element will achieve the electronic configuration like noble gas. Either they will donate or they will accept. Here we have already know that it is oxygen. So let us write oxygen's electronic configuration. For that we have to remember the atomic number of oxygen. So that is 8. Oxygen's atomic number is 8 and its electronic configuration is 2 and 6. To get here 8, it will accept 2 electrons. When they are accepting, its valency will be minus. So it is non-metallic element, and what it will do? It will accept the electron to become stable. Stable like what? Once it will accept 2 electrons and it will become 2, 8. So this electronic configuration is of neon. So what oxygen will do? Oxygen will accept electrons and achieve electronic configuration of neon, or you can write a sign, or you can get the idea from whatever key or whatever hint they have given it to you. If they have not given any kind of bracket like this, then you have to think it by yourself. Next, aluminium's valency is. Aluminium's valency is. So here it's a direct question that what is the valency of aluminium? Aluminium's atomic number is 13. Its valence electrons are 3. So it will donate 3 electrons. So here we will write 3. Valency can never be plus or minus. Electrons, if they are donating, then it will become plus 3 or minus. If they are accepting, then it will become minus 3. Valency will be always without charge. It is dash electrons. So here 3, 2. So from this we have selected 3. So it will, what it will do for this valency? It will donate. So aluminium's valency is 3, it will donate electrons. In short, I have written like this, otherwise the full sentence will be like Aluminium's valency is 3. It is likely that it will dash the electrons to achieve stable configuration. So it will donate the electrons to achieve stable configuration. Next, argon's valency is, it's a direct question, argon's valency is, what is argon's valency? Argon is noble gas and its valency is 0. So this kind of questions you will get from electronic configuration, based on electronic configuration and based on which nearest noble gas electronic configuration they will likely to achieve. In your syllabus for noble gas, because in your syllabus there are only 20 elements. So in your syllabus there are only 2 noble gas. One is neon and other one is argon. So there are only 2 possibilities if this kind of question will come. Either the neon will come or argon will come. So for that you have to check electronic configuration that it is near to neon or it is near to argon. Let us moving towards the other kind of question in which we will get a question like draw an orbital diagram or a question like write an electronic configuration for so and so elements. These 2 are a direct question, and if you have practiced a little bit for electronic configuration and drawing a diagram, then it won't be difficult for you to attend this kind of question. In third kind of questions for electronic configuration, it's a direct question that write electronic configuration for the following elements. This kind of questions generally ask for 1 mark, and for chlorine, aluminium and helium, sometimes they will write only atomic number, but most likely they will write a element name and you have to remember atomic number. So for chlorine the atomic number is 17. So chlorine's symbol is Cl and its atomic number is 17. So what will be its electronic configuration? It will be 2, 8 and 7. So you have to write it like this, and for this you will get 1 mark. It is very easy and you should not lose marks for this kind of questions. Then aluminium. Aluminium's atomic number is, what is tricky here is only remembering atomic number and to understand how to write electronic configuration. Then it will be very easy to answer each and every question for this chapter. So aluminium is 13 atomic number, and then its electronic configuration is 2, 8 and 3. The next is helium. Its atomic number is 2 and electronic configuration is also 2. So this is how we are going to answer it. Now the next type of question that is type number 4 from we are getting that is that how to draw a orbital diagram or write or draw orbital structure for the given elements. Suppose if they have asked for this element, then simply you have to draw a 3 circle for its orbital. In between you have to write here Cl in the nucleus. Then for first orbit you are writing, or in between you can mark that this solid is a nucleus. Then you can draw how many electrons are there, that many dots you are putting it here. That 2 dots are here, that means in first orbit there are 2 electrons. This is our nucleus, this is our first orbit, so here 2 electrons are there. Then 8 electrons, so we are going to mark it here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. If you are darkening all the electrons, then please do it for each and every electron, and if you are not darkening it, then don't do it for any of the electron. So the 7. Then for aluminium, same way, you are going to draw a 3 orbit. Then this will be our nucleus. Here you are drawing 2 electron, here you are drawing 8 electron, and here you are drawing 3 electrons. So 1 or 2 this kind of questions will come in your exam, so be prepared for atomic number and electronic configuration. To draw like this is very easy and very simple. Let us moving towards our next type of question, that is in which we are going to explain that what is a model of NaCl and MgCl2, which kind of bond they are framing and how they are exchanging electrons in orbital diagram. Some of the most important questions for this chapter are that these questions are very important and it will come in your exam, that explain compound formation of NaCl and MgCl2. In this you have to start from, if suppose for this we are answering, then you have to write it from its electronic configuration of sodium, then electronic configuration of chlorine, then you have to explain that sodium will donate one electron, chlorine will accept one electron, then via exchange of electron they will form electrovalent bond. So this explanations videos link I have given in the description, you can check that, and I have explained you that what all things you have to mention, what all things you have to write. So in this you have to write electronic configuration of sodium, chlorine, orbital diagram of sodium, orbital diagram of chlorine. You have to show that one electron is passing from sodium to chlorine and then their positive ion formation and negative ion formation of chlorine. This many things you have to show, and you have to show that electrovalent bond is formed in NaCl. Same for the MgCl2 you have to show. You can check the link in the description. I have explained, I have made a one full video based on this, that how can you explain this. Second question. Second question is valency of oxygen is -2. Explain why. So here -2 is a valency, that means this shows that it is accepting 2 electrons. So first we have to start from atomic number of oxygen, then we have to write electronic configuration, and then we will show that oxygen will try to achieve electronic configuration just like nearest noble gas neon. So it will accept 2 electron. Explanation for this question is also in the video, in our previous videos, and that link I have already posted in the description. So you can check from there that how you can answer this kind of question. And this in your syllabus there are only 2 this kind of compounds, and there are many more other elements which will form a compound formation, but more likely to come is this 2. Then for this kind of questions, atomic number 1 to atomic number 20, they can ask you any element for this kind of question. So you have to explain, for you should understand that why each and every element, either they are donating or accepting, then why they are doing, and which noble gas electronic configuration they are likely to achieve. Then third kind of question. Here also from atomic number 1 to atomic number 20, any element they will give you, any element they can give you here. This is just an example that oxygen's atomic number is 8. Then answer the following. These are the common question. You have to answer, you should know for each and every element, that whether this is metal or non-metal or metalloid, then whether they will donate or accept electron, and how many electrons they will donate or they will accept. Then what is its electronic configuration. Sometimes they will also ask what is its valency. Then write any compound name or write any compound's formula with oxygen in it. So you can write any simple compound, you can write like carbon dioxide or H2O or something like that. So this kind of questions you will get, and these are the important question. Again, the basic thing is electronic configuration, and if you have understood that well, you will be able to answer all the questions. Then at the last, that they might ask you that what the symbol Z is used for what, symbol A is used for what, symbol P is used for what, and for all the symbols what we are using for atomic number, atomic mass, proton, neutron and electrons. Then with respect to all the symbols and particles, what are the charge associated with them, that you have to remember. Then isotopes. In your syllabus only 3 isotopes are there, and that is of hydrogen. So that you have to remember. It is the most important question, that how many isotopes are there for the hydrogen. Name them, write their mass and atomic number and all the details for them. And then definition for all these things. What are the isotope? What is atomic number? What is atomic mass? What is relative atomic mass? And all those definitions are likely to come. So prepare well, and if you have doubt in any question, I have not given you a solution for that, or I have not explained you that, then please post that question in the comment box. I will answer it. I will try to solve your doubt, and please post your feedback that whether this video is helpful for you, whether this video has made your doubt clear or helped you in your exam preparation. Give us a feedback, it will help us to grow. Subscribe, learn yourself for more important video and more important content. See you next time. Keep studying, keep sharing.